I've met people with very high IQs, and then they have very low EQs,
EQs.
and they just like they have the personality of bread.
Well,
Or they just don't know what to do with their own emotions, and then they're very like cognitive, like, so this is the method I will or process I will follow so to make sure I feel better. Like,
I mean, how do you feel? How do you feel you were at the beginning when we started? And what do you think? How do you think of the process now that we're coming towards the end? And how do you think your brain has developed in terms of EQ and IQ? And
um,
how does that contrast with what Nick said about his interpretation of EQ and IQ?
I would definitely say at the beginning, I was definitely not, my EQ was definitely low and I wasn't good in a good emotional place, even though like I wasn't feeling negative feelings all the time, but because I was experiencing it on a daily basis, it would affect my positive emotions. So there would be a lack of like positive emotions, and then those emotions would not go towards my work. And I know I'm very like, not everyone is like this, but I know I'm very like motivated if I like a subject or I don't. So people are different. Like some students are motivated if they want to do the subject, and some students will just get on with it. So you can't assume that every student, if you develop them cognitively, will be like, yeah, I will put work into it. um, I definitely say at the beginning, I was definitely like emotionally kind of all over the place. And even though I was like working on building up my knowledge, I couldn't understand why nothing was going in. I was just in this complete like loop of circle. Like, I'm like, why is it not, why? And then it would just create more anxiety, and then I was never ever getting to the root of the problem. And then like after meeting you and after doing a long process of like working on my EQ, it made sense. Everything sort of clicked, and I definitely wouldn't be the person I am, or my personality wouldn't have developed if you hadn't worked on my EQ. And then I wouldn't have been able to feel confident in my learning and my cognitive ability had you not developed my EQ, and had you not like broken the barrier of like what was holding me, like holding me back.